feature. 3, 2, 1, and action. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Trump got a new plan. Trump has a new plan. Trump has a new plan. Do anybody know what Trump's new plan is? Trump's new plan. Trump's new plan. So you don't know what Trump's new plan is? I'm gonna show y'all what Trump's new plan is. Trump's new plan. Are y'all with me or are y'all against me? We're gonna go into Mr. Snacker Push Comedy. Push that like button. Show me some love. We're gonna talk about what's going on in the world today. See, we're gonna start with Democracy Now!, January 9th.
This news is funded by viewers like you. Please support our work at democracynow.org/give. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. 5 people have died, 130,000 people ordered to evacuate as multiple wildfires continue to rage in the Los Angeles area, destroying at least 2,000 structures. The Palisades fire, which is believed to be the most destructive ever recorded around Los Angeles, has burned more than 17,000 acres, razing homes and businesses along the iconic Pacific Coast Highway. The Eaton fire has burned over 10,000 acres, including many structures in Altadena and Pasadena. Firefighters appear to have fought back much of the Sunset Fire, which exploded late Wednesday, prompting evacuation orders around Hollywood. Red flag fire warnings are expected to remain active in LA through Friday night as heavy wind gusts and dry air continue to fan the flames. But officials say the most erratic weather patterns are believed to be over for now. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass addressed the monumental scope of the wildfires at a press briefing Wednesday.
This firestorm is the big one in magnitude. Hurricane-force winds are usually accompanied by rainstorms, but these are hurricane-force winds that are combined with extremely dry drought conditions. To provide context, at 10:20 a.m. yesterday, the Palisades fire was at 10 acres. 12 minutes later, it was at 200 acres. I know the world is looking at images of our cities.
Why are you reading from a teleprompter?
Front lines of the Palisades
Those are not the natural words of Los
Mayor
Angeles
Bass has been
mayor.
criticized for leaving Los Angeles on a diplomatic trip to Ghana over the weekend as warnings about the imminent disaster were ramping up. LA residents are also directing Eric Bass and the LA City Council, which cut the fire department's budget by over $17 million this fiscal year, while increasing the budget of the LAPD by nearly $126 million. Meanwhile, housing advocates are urging officials to do more to assist the 70,000 unhoused people in LA who lack access to shelters and to personal protective equipment to protect their lungs from the thick smoke blanketing much of the city. Southern California faces year-round wildfire risks due to the worsening climate catastrophe. We'll go to California for the latest later in the broadcast. Gaza's health ministry says Israeli attacks over the past 24 hours have killed at least 70 Palestinians, injured over 100 others. Among the dead are at least 8 people killed in northern Gaza in an Israeli strike on a home in Jabalia al-Balad.
They done killed 70 more people.
Gaza's remaining hospitals are scaling back services amidst Israel's severe restrictions on fuel supplies. At Al-Aqsa Hospital, Doctors Without Borders reports 15 newborns and incubators could soon die unless Israel urgently allows the delivery of fuel to power the hospital's generators. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum on Wednesday mocked President-elect Donald Trump's proposal to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Sheinbaum was speaking to reporters at her daily news conference in front of a large map from 1607 that labeled much of the North American continent America Mexicana, or Mexican America.
The United Nations recognizes the name Gulf of Mexico. But next, why don't we call it Mexican America? It sounds nice, doesn't it? Since 1607, the Constitution of Apatzingán was Mexican America. So let's call it Mexican America. It sounds nice, doesn't it? Gulf of Mexico since 1607, and it is also internationally recognized.
European leaders have reacted with alarm to Donald Trump's proposal to seize control of the Panama Canal and Greenland and vow to defend the national sovereignty of European nations. On Wednesday, Denmark's foreign minister said Greenland may become independent if its residents decide to, but it will not become part of the U.S. He made the remarks as Donald Trump Jr. visited Nuuk, Greenland, where at a news conference he promised residents, quote, "We're going to treat you well." The Justice Department says it plans to publicly release Special Counsel Jack Smith's findings on Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. But it will not release the part of Special Counsel Smith's report concerning Trump's mishandling of classified documents as legal proceedings continue for 2 of Trump's co-conspirators. Those findings will only be released to select lawmakers on the House and Senate Judiciary Committees. Both cases against Trump were dropped after Trump won re-election in November. It's not clear when the partial report might become available after Trump appointed Judge Aileen Cannon, who last summer dismissed Trump's classified documents case, temporarily blocked the release of Smith's report on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Trump has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to block sentencing scheduled for Friday in his New York hush money case and the 2016 election subversion conviction. ABC News reports Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito spoke to Trump on the phone shortly before Trump's request. Alito claimed the call was related to a job reference for a former clerk. The White House on Wednesday announced another $500 million in military aid package to Ukraine, its last before President Biden leaves office. The Biden administration is also expected to announce new sanctions on Russia this week. In Ukraine, Russian shelling killed at least 13 people and wounded 32 others in the southern city of Zaporizhia on Wednesday. Some of the dead were killed while headed home from work on a bus.
People were leaving from their shift through the main entrance of the building, and that's when the attack came. There were 2 very loud explosions.
I see that people were inside your bus.
Yes, 2 people were killed and 2 others were wounded. 2 were killed.
How many people were here, and how many people were killed in total?
There was a lot. It happened exactly when people ended their shift.
The government of Chad says it repelled an armed attack on the presidential palace Wednesday, killing at least 18 assailants, they said. One member of Chad's security forces reportedly died. The perpetrators have not been identified, but early reports blame the attack on Boko Haram. The attack came hours after the Chadian president, Mohamed Idris Deby, met with China's foreign minister, Wang Yi, during an official visit to N'Djamena. It also comes just weeks after contested parliamentary elections. Deby seized power in Chad after his father, longstanding President Idriss Deby, was killed by rebel forces in 2021. Chad's among a growing number of former French colonies that have expelled French fighters in recent months. Lebanon's parliament has voted to elect a president, filling a leadership vacuum for the first time in over 2 years. Joseph Aoun received 99 out of 128 votes with support across Lebanon's political spectrum, including among Hezbollah politicians. His election could help unlock funds from foreign donors as Lebanon seeks to rebuild from Israel's weeks-long bombing campaign and invasion last year. The Italian journalist Cecilia Sala landed in Rome Wednesday after 3 weeks of detention in Iran. Italian media says Sala's arrest may have been part of an Iranian plan to negotiate the release of one of their citizens who was recently detained by Italian authorities on a U.S. warrant. Mohammed Abedini is accused of being involved in an attack on a U.S. base in Jordan last year. A wide-ranging strike that would have shut down East Coast and Gulf Coast ports next week has been averted for now as the Longshoremen's Union reached a tentative deal Wednesday guaranteeing job protections from automated technology and major wage increases. Union members must still vote on the agreement. In other labor news, the SEIU, the Service Employees International Union, is joining the AFL-CIO, adding roughly 2 million members to the 13 million strong group, which includes workers across more than 50 other unions. The move reunites the two powerful labor groups after they parted ways nearly 2 decades ago, and as the incoming Trump administration's expected to launch new attacks on workers' rights. In North Carolina, the Republican-dominated state Supreme Court has blocked election officials from certifying the re-election of Democratic Justice Allison Riggs. Riggs beat her Republican rival Jefferson Griffin in November's election by 734 votes, a tally which was confirmed by 2 recounts. Griffin is attempting to disqualify the votes of some 60,000 North Carolinians in order to overturn his loss, but has failed to provide any evidence the votes were unlawful. Here in New York, hundreds of immigrant justice activists rallied at the state capitol in Albany Wednesday to demand Governor Kathy Hochul and lawmakers immediately enact legislation to protect immigrant New Yorkers ahead of Trump's return to office. The bills include measures preventing cooperation with ICE and providing legal services to those who need it. Angel Reyes-Rivas from the group Make the Road New York says he fears for his mixed-status family.
New York State cannot be reactive. We need to be proactive. We shouldn't wait for Trump to be elected to start pushing for this, right? We need to make sure that New York State becomes a state that is an example to the nation on how to treat people, how to treat immigrants, how to uphold human rights.
And the funeral for President Carter is being held today at the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. All 5 living presidents are attending. President Biden is giving the eulogy. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. Democracy Now! Is funded by viewers like you. Please give today at democracynow.org/give. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in New York, joined by Democracy Now! Co-host Juan Gonzalez in Chicago. Hi, Juan.
Hi, Amy, and welcome to all of our listeners and viewers across the country and around the world.
Well, we begin today's show with the legendary Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Seymour Hersh. In 1970, he won the prize for his reporting for the Dispatch news service on the My Lai massacre, when the U.S. slaughtered more than 500 Vietnamese women, children, and old men on March 16, 1968. His reporting in the New York Times on CIA spying on anti-war activists during the Vietnam War era helped lead to the formation of the Church Committee, which led to major reforms of the intelligence community. In 2004, in the pages of the New Yorker magazine, Sy Hersh exposed the Abu Ghraib prisoner abuse scandal in Iraq. Well, last week, he published another bombshell report, but this time on his new Substack page. The piece was headlined, "How America Took Out the Nord Stream Pipeline." It looks at one of the great mysteries of the past year. Who is behind the bombing of the Nord Stream pipelines, which were built to carry natural gas from Russia to Europe? The pipelines were severely damaged last September in a series of underwater explosions in the Baltic Sea. In his new piece, Sy Hersh cites an unnamed source who says the sabotage was carried out by the U.S. Navy, which planted remotely triggered explosives during NATO exercises last September. Hersh reports the Biden administration began planning the act of sabotage in December 2021, 2 months before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. On February 7, 2022, President Biden held a joint news conference with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, and Biden brought up the future of the Nord Stream pipeline.
Invades. That means tanks and troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring it into it.
How will you do that exactly, since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control?
We will, I promise you we'll be able to do it.
I'll promise you we'll be able to do that. Well, Sy Hersh reports U.S. Navy divers planted remotely triggered explosives on the pipelines in June while NATO was conducting military exercises in the area. He reports the divers were all members of the Navy and not members of America's Special Operations Command, whose covert operations must be reported to Congress. Then, on September 25th, 2022, a Norwegian surveillance plane dropped a sonar buoy, which triggered the C4 explosives that had been placed on the pipeline. Soon after the explosion, the United States strongly suggested Russia was behind blowing up its own pipeline. This is National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan responding to a question at a White House press briefing.
In his speech this morning, the president called the Nord Stream pipeline attacks, quote, a deliberate act of sabotage. And he said now the Russians are pumping out misinformation and lies about it. Should we take that to mean that the U.S. now believes that Russia was likely responsible for this act of sabotage?
Well, first, Russia has done what it frequently does when it is responsible for something, which is make accusations that it was really someone else who did it. We've seen this repeatedly over time. The president was also clear today that there is more work to do on the investigation before the United States government is prepared to make an attribution in this case.
In the following months, there have been few public disclosures.
Y'all see what's going on?
Pipeline
How y'all doing? Push that like button. Show me some
The
love.
New York Times reported Russia had begun expensive repairs on the pipelines, a move which has raised questions about Western claims that Russia had bombed its own pipelines. Meanwhile, some Biden officials have publicly praised the fact that the pipeline was blown up. This is Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, Victoria Nuland, speaking during a recent Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing.
I am, and I think the administration is very gratified to know that Nord Stream 2 is now, as you like to say, a hunk of metal at the bottom of the sea.
We're joined now by Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Seymour Hersh to talk more about his new piece, How America Took Out the Nord Stream Pipeline. Well, the White House has described Hersh's reporting as, quote, complete fiction. Calls are growing for an independent probe into the explosion. Sy Hersh, welcome back to Democracy Now! If you can flesh out what it is you found in your report and what first tipped you off, albeit there were a lot of public comments, including the Polish government right after the bombing, saying, thank you, America. Lay it out for us, sir.
Well, first of all, I think the reporting really can be described as a friend of mine did. What I did was really deconstruct the obvious. You have to hear what the president says, But of course, there were secret plans that I'm writing about, and they include. There was a committee set up. Jake Sullivan was directly involved. He was the national security advisor, still is. They set up a team to look at options about how to put pressure on the Russian government to back off. I'm getting a bounce in my ears, so this is comical. Can you hear me?
We hear you perfectly. We don't hear the bounce side.
Oh, okay, that's great. I hear it though. Anyway, and so I'm just writing about inside baseball stuff. It's the normal things you do. And they set up a committee to think of options. Russia was clearly going to go. The threat the president had yet to make had not been made. And this is December before New Year's Day of the year before, 2021. And the question inside the committee, and it included the usual CIA, NSA, Treasury Department, State Department, you name it, and then in the secret office building in the across the street from the White House, in the executive office building. The option was, do you want us to do something kinetic, or something not kinetic? In other words, not kinetic would be more sanctions, or something kinetic would be, taking out the pipeline, as had been thought about. And our answer came pretty quickly. I would guess Victoria Nuland's statement that you mentioned came actually before the presidency. It came in late January of last year. And that statement came, at that time, I think the committee involved, a lot of sophisticated people in the intelligence and operation community, concluded you could do it, and the White House was told it was possible. I think that led to the comments, which really, of course, made the people on the inside go half crazy, because it was supposed to be completely covert. But at that place, as I wrote, it was simply described as a classified operation. None of the rules of reporting to Congress were involved. And so they began their planning. They went to Norway, which is a great ally of ours. Norway was one of the original signers of the 1949 NATO treaty. I think 19 nations were involved in. And Norway is a great ally. We have spent, I write about this in some detail in the article, hundreds of millions, probably more, closer to $1 billion or more, upgrading facilities. Norway has a 1,400-mile border along the Atlantic coast that goes from Oslo in Europe all the way up north it runs into the Russian border above the Arctic Circle. So we put a lot of facilities up north there. Synthetic aperture radar, which costs a fortune to monitor the Russian nuclear sites around, and also their new military activities around there, up in the other side of the peninsula, the Kola Peninsula. So they're just our guys, and they're also great at doing underwater stuff. And so that's what happened. We did a plan with them. We had to clear it with Sweden and Denmark. I'll leave it to them to decide whether that they accepted the explanation we were doing exercises in the Baltic Sea for the hell of it. But so far I haven't seen much from either of them. And it's a tiresome game to me. And so what happens is, when I do my story on Substack, I wouldn't even think, I'm embarrassed to say it after all those wonderful years I had at the New York Times, I wouldn't even think you'd take a story like this to the New York Times. They've decided that the Ukraine war is going to be won by Ukraine, and that's what its readers get, and so be it. That's their call. I just did my reporting, and the miners came from a very facility in a little small town in Florida, and the mining community in the Navy is very secret, and they just do their business. They don't talk. That was perfect people to get, and they practiced it. And as you said, there was a major exercise every summer by the Sixth Fleet, which American Sixth Fleet out of Italy, which also has the operational rights in the Baltic Sea. Baltic Sea is a huge place. The pipelines we're talking about, Nord Stream 1, which came alive in 2011, and Nord Stream 2 was actually done, but the Germans that are ready to pump has 750 miles, and they go straight from Russia, which is loaded with all kinds of gas. They're in Siberia. They have enormous reserves, directly into Germany. And I can tell you, Nord Stream 1 was a godsend for the German economy and Western Europe. They produced so much gas at such low prices that the German government was actually able to resell some of the gas the Russians were providing at a profit without Russia objecting. And so the German economy is huge. It's booming. You know, the cars we know about. Germany has the largest chemical company in the world, BASF. And everybody's, right now, it's hell to pay. It's gotten very cold there. There's a lot of anger. And anyway, the purpose.
Hirsch, so I wanted to ask you, in terms of the lack of it always seemed to me when the claims were that potentially Russia had sabotaged its own pipeline, that it was ludicrous to think that that would be so, that they would invest so much money in pipelines and then bomb them themselves. But I'm interested in the lack of press attention since the sabotage occurred, and also the lack of congressional attention. I think back to the CIA's mining of the Managua harbors back in the early 1980s under the Reagan administration, when the conservative Republican head of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Barry Goldwater, objected and raised concerns that this was a covert operation where Congress was not notified. And then, of course, Congress cut off aid to the Contras. As a result, there was an International Court of Justice ruling against the United States. But in this case, this kind of sabotage, the media seems not to be at all interested in finding out what happened here, as you have, and Congress, there's no one in Congress that's been raising questions.
You listened to the newscast that we just heard as the show opened. One horrible event after another. I think the world's taken a very bizarre turn. I also, it doesn't matter what I think. There's no question there's been a polarization of the press since Trump got in. We're now on two sides, right, left, Democrat, Republican, however you describe it. If you watch Fox News, you don't watch MSNBC, et cetera, et cetera. And if you read the New York Times, you're not going to get the right wing or the other. The conservatives are going to have the New York Times or Washington Post, they're part of the polarization. And at this time,
Hey there, my name is Chinese. Shu Heblebu. It means master poster. Can I post here? What the fuck? Okay. Question. Do you understand the laws of physics? Do you know what physics is? Find a barber yet? No. I'm still praying for one. I think I need a barber from out of state, Texas, Arizona, Atlanta, Florida. Who want to come to California and conquer and live? That's what type of barbers I need. I need people that got a dream that they really want to be successful in the barber industry as a barber and step out on faith and come somewhere that they never been in the world and conquer. Because if you can buy a piece of land or buy a house in California, you can really conquer right now. And if I can get just 5 good barbers, first of all, if I had 5 barbers, I wouldn't have to cut no new clients. I wouldn't have to cut no more clients, no more. I'll have a little more free time to focus on my real life, my career, my homeless shelter. I have a lot of free time on my hands to be able to leave when I want to, do things when I want to. What the fuck is in this can that's popping? Hello? 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 Is anybody in there? It was something, it was just a pop. I can hear rat piss on cotton, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that? How y'all doing? Push the like button. I don't know how I'm gonna find barbers. I don't know. I gotta find a barber that's looking for me, that's gonna find me. I know there's a lot of barbers out there that was like I was, starving, looking for a good place to work, somewhere they can build themselves, build their roots, get returns on customers, build a new customer every day. It's like, you know, today been slow. I did, 2 people all day, and both of them was total strangers, a white guy and a Mexican guy. Both of them tipped me well. One gave me a $15 tip, and one gave me a $5 tip. Both of them tipped me well. What kind of clippers? You, us, fam. Huh? You, us, fam. Big Slim. You trying to be a barber? Are you a barber? You know, I understand how this barber thing go. A lot of barbers think they good till they get around a good barber. And for black barbers, in order to be good, it ain't even about doing black hair. It's about doing other people hair. If you can't do straight hair just as good as you can do black people hair, then are you good? What kind of clippers you use, fam? I use the old school clippers. My primary clippers is Oyster 76s. I use those clippers on 85% of every haircut that I do. My finisher clippers, my adjustable clippers, the finishers, are masters. My liners are new age. They Babyliss. The Babyliss Gold FX. Those are my 3 tools, my weapons that I fight the world with. I have the Tune 45 enhancement system. I can make people feel Hollywood if they want to feel that way. But an enhancement only enhances a good cut. So when I put a good cut on them, then top it off with enhancement, oh shit, they got an excellent cut. Yes, I cut with Masters. I have a pair of Babyliss. Matter of fact, I used them yesterday. I think that was like the third time I used them since I had them. I've had them about 3 years, 2 years. Some Babyliss adjustables. But I stick to the old school. I stick to the clippers that I learned how to cut hair with, that I know how to cut hair with. The clippers that I know that work on everybody's hair. Not just some people's hair, everybody's hair. And if you want to get certain people's hair a certain type of way, you have to use other clippers to make that happen. And so I have the shavers, I have Babyliss shavers, and I use Stylecraft blades in my Babyliss shavers. So the blade is cheaper, but it gives it a sharper precision. And the customer, especially the Hispanics, they love it. So you gotta have tricks in this shit. But I had the same tools, the same 3 tools I can pull up in anybody's barbershop right now and show them, you know, they ain't as good as they think they are. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. I like arrogant motherfuckers, but that's what God made me for, to come in the room and break their arrogance. But at the same time, I just put my all into every haircut that I do, and I know I'm good because I'm putting, you know, if I put 25% effort into a haircut, it's gonna be 85% better than half of the new barbers that's out here. So if I put 50% effort into that haircut, ain't no barber in the game can fuck with it. If I put 75 or 100% into that haircut, hell, I'm the only one standing at the top of the mountain. Yo, you change your blades? Do I change them? Why would I change them? Do I throw them away and buy new ones? Yeah, that's what I do. I just take them off, throw them in the trash, buy some new ones, put them on, keep going. It's that time. I'm finna cleanse my whole tool set. When I cleanse my set every year, we're first of the year, I cleanse my set. That means I buy me a whole new set of blades, a new set of 76 blades, a new set of all my master blades. I gotta just take the motherfuckers off and put some new blades on them. I already got blades for all those, but I do need to order me a new set of 76 blades, and I'm gonna do that tonight. Yeah, whole 76. You order them all at once, take the rest, put them in the graveyard. What I do is I put them in my reserve packs. Like I got reserve packs of clippers, so you know I got my travel pack, then I got my pack at the house, and I got a pack in the trunk. So wherever I go, I got my tools. I got my tools with me. If a motherfucker asks me for a haircut at Walmart, I can do it right there in Walmart. All my tools is 2024 cordless, goddamn, I want to say machine guns. Like I keep them cocked and ready, oiled and cleaned and ready to go. Like they pistols, you know. You got to know how to always pull them pistols out and keep them with you at all times. You never know where you gonna get that bread at, bro. Like that's what type of barber I am. I'm a stay ready barber. Wherever I go, you might not see me with no clippers on me, but I got some with me. I bet you that. I bet you I keep a set. Like, where you at? You need a haircut right now? You got $300? I'll cut you right here on the spot, nigga. Oh, you ain't got $300? What the fuck you asking me what I cut your hair for right now? You want me to stop shopping and go to the shop and cut your hair? Still gonna cost you $300. Shit, you gotta make an appointment with me. To book an appointment with me costs $25, sir. So just think about it. You just booking a regular haircut, but you paying $25 just to sit in my chair. That's how how do you say, high desired that I am in the area that I am. That's how good I am. That's how good the people done uplifted me. You gotta pay a $25 booking fee. I'm sorry. Too many kids around here don't know what the fuck they doing. It just made a master just, the value of a master shoot straight through the roof. Like, what the fuck? And I know how to play this shit. You know, I'm gonna play it smart, and I'm gonna play it happy, easily. You know, I wouldn't give a fuck if I did 4 clients a day, nigga. I'm still gonna make more money than all you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? How y'all doing? Push that like button. Show me some love. Because I'm a master barber doing my thing. Yeah. I'm a real barber's dream, though, dog. Like, I'm where a lot of barbers dream they will be 20 years from now, 10 years from now, in their dreams. It might be next year in their dreams. But in reality, I am most barbers' dream. See, I got a barbershop, and I'm a licensed barber. The reason why my barbershop been in existence for 5 years now is, you know, based off of my skill set. If I didn't know how to cut hair, anybody's hair, all races hair, I wouldn't be able to survive in the area that I'm in. I got 2 white barbershops on both sides of me. White Mexicans. They both of them. Like, there's white and Mexicans and black. There's blacks in there too, but none of these black people know how to cut black hair. Because they trying to cut hair like the Mexicans. But they learned with the Mexicans, so they all think they know how to cut hair together, because one of them learned from an apprentice. Oh my God. When you see a barber who only cut hair with a pair of finisher clippers, pair of walls adjustables, or a pair of damn Babyliss adjustables, you just did all that hard ass work with one pair. I am amazed. I am really astonished. Like, I am really astonished. Like, I'm amazed. You amazed me. You did some magnificent work, nigga. But you just worked the shit out yourself. You didn't even have to do all that, man. It was like, it ain't even that hard, man. But you made it look like it was. You made it, you really earned that dollar. Like, you really earned that haircut, nigga. All that shit you did with that wrist, like you flipped your wrist 1,000 times, nigga. I understand. But if you knew the truth, nigga, you ain't even have to, it ain't even that damn hard, bro. You ain't even have to do it that, you ain't have to work so hard, man. Like, I make this shit look easy, but it's really hard, though. And the kids that's trying to do it, the reason why y'all make it so hard on y'allself, because y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. Oh my God. But when a real nigga try to reach out and help you and try to, you know, I say I can enhance anybody. I can teach anybody how to cut hair, because I learned how to cut hair. And like they say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. How y'all doing? Push that like button. Have you ever heard people say that and it piss you off? You be like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And you be like, I ain't you, nigga. No, I know. A lot of y'all ain't me. Damn, that motherfucker disappeared. So it ain't them. Oh my God. Oh, shit. How y'all doing? I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever watched The Twilight Zone? The Twilight Zone. Big up though, bro. Thanks for the info. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. You can tell a man how his life is by his keys. You can tell what a man got going on in his life by his keys. Each one of these keys go to something. And I'm the only one that know what they go to. I even got a damn, look what kind of key I got. Just in case, you never know. I gotta pop this in my mouth. How y'all doing? Push that like button, show me some love. I ain't going back to jail again. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm sliding right out the damn police window. Hauling ass. How he get out of his handcuffs? Y'all got me fucked up. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Y'all got to earn y'all money, nigga. Chase me. How y'all doing? Push that like button. Show me some love. I need some love right now. I need you to give me some love right now. I need some love right now. I need you to give me some love right now. Yeah. Don't nobody want to give me no love. They don't like me. They don't want to see me win. They want to see all these stupid ass people win but me. And I want to help you win. But they just want to see all the other stupid ass people win. They don't want to see me win. You know what I mean? You know, when you cutting hair, you don't supposed to go past the knuckles. You're supposed to. Do I have to be able to teach you a lot of things that you know a lot of people don't understand? But you know, us master barbers, we always go past the knuckle. Cut half our goddamn knuckles off. Be like, God damn, I knew not to go past that motherfucker, but I went past it anyway. Am I the only one? Yeah. Do you know how life is? You know how life go? You know, life is his best teacher. See, when life teaches something, one thing about it, you really have what they call bought sense. See, bought sense is the best sense, because once you pay for it, you'll never have to buy it again. If ain't nobody never told you that, hey, write that shit down, put it in a book. That's a real fact of life right there, you know. Life is the best teacher. It's gonna teach you a lot. It's gonna teach you a lot of sense. It's gonna teach you a lot of respect. Life is the best teacher. Please, man, don't hit me with that expedition. Spin that big motherfucker. Boy, y'all need to lay off them hard ass drugs. And that white girl looked back at me, her eyes, then they about to pop out her goddamn head. How y'all doing? Push that like button. Hard drugs kill, motherfucker. Crack is whack. That crystal. How y'all doing? I'm really by myself. And I mean that in a literal sense. Like, everything I do in my life is by myself. Do I want to be by myself? No. It's very lonely at times being by yourself. It's very lonely. And you know, for a man like me with a high sex drive, and I ain't got no woman to sexually release my energy on. Oh my God. Boy. I be just flipping in the net. Like, I be like a fish out the water, just flipping in the middle of the street. I be restless in my sleep and shit. Can't get comfortable for shit. I'll be like that for a while. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I met a girl one time last year, right around Halloween. The girl was so damn fine and pretty. I almost moved out of California, sold all my shit, and moved with her. Like, I almost did. I would have been just so depressed right now if I'd did that shit. How y'all doing? Push that like button. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if it's just me, but when you find yourself in a relationship with a person, don't you get depressed? I feel so sorry for them motherfuckers. Because, you know, even though we be lonely, we still have that option of freedom. If I don't want to be lonely, all I gotta do is leave that room or that environment and go to another environment and make myself happy. I go straight to a strip club. Sure do. How y'all doing? Push that like button. I want me a motorcycle. I want me a motorcycle. I want to build a motorcycle. Not myself. I'm going to pay for everything to be built on that motherfucker. And then when I get it, I'm just going to stare at it. I ain't going to ride it. I'm scared of motorcycles. I'm just going to stare at it, get on it, take some pictures. I might stand it up, but I'm going to put that motherfucker right back down. I might be scared it's going to fall down on me and shit. I'm really scared of motorcycles, but I'm going to buy me one when I get famous and rich. I'm going to buy me a motorcycle. For real. And I'm going to have people bring my motorcycle to the comedy club so I can just sit in front of it. Like at the comedy store, I'm just going to be sitting on my bike. I'm like, man, that's a nice bike, Snag. Yeah. It's 2025 Harley Davidson Road Glide, fully customized with airbags, drop down, custom. Yeah, even got nitrous systems on it. Yeah, that motherfucker run. Yeah, it do run. I ain't never run on it, but I swear it run. Yeah, that's what type of bike I want. You know, I feel the same way about motorcycles that I feel about a Lamborghini. Like if I had a Lamborghini, I wouldn't even drive that motherfucker. I'd just sit in it, smoke. Look, I got a Lambo, but I ain't driving this motherfucker. Hell no. My foot might accidentally hit the accelerator. Oh no! And I crash. No, I'm straight. I ain't gonna be like Tiger Woods. Run off the curb and into the gutter and shit. No, I'm straight. Do anybody know what I'm talking about right now? No. So you don't like me? You don't love me? You ain't never had no love for me? I love beautiful, fine-ass women. I used to be infatuated with Rihanna. Yeah, Rihanna, she got that forehead. I like women with that forehead. It look like she got a pretty fuck face. I love women with pretty fuck faces. I can look at a woman and tell if they got a pretty fuck face or an ugly fuck face. And if they got an ugly fuck face, I ain't fucking with them. And it's easy to know if a woman got an ugly fuck face or a pretty fuck face. All you gotta do is piss them off. The same face that they make when they piss off, motherfucker, that's the same face they gonna make when you fucking them. Like, for real. Piss them off, you'll see they fuck face. Like, I like pretty fuck faces. Like, that's why a lot of men be always arguing with their women, because they love to see that fuck face. Like, you know what I mean? Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? Y'all don't even know what a fuck face is, huh? face you make when you getting fucked. Like, take that dick out of me. Like, am I the only one? Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Say, Snag, you crazy. You are too crazy. No, I'm not. We just love women with pretty fuck faces. That's a turn on to a man. A woman that can make a pretty fuck face. Yeah, that shit. Oh my God, that's a turn on. Shut up. Steady putting the dick on them harder and harder. Like, oh, and you make a pretty fuck sound. Oh my God, a fuck face with a fuck sound. Oh, you finna get this shit fucked out of you. Am I the only one? Y'all don't know what fuck faces is. You don't know what fuck sounds. You know, I had a woman that sounded like a seal one time. I put the dick on as soon as she got the. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh hell no! I put my dick went straight down. I pulled straight out. Like, oh hell no! You know, that sound that a woman make really plays a effect on how a man fuck them. Like, if you ain't got that harmonizing fuck voice. Oh, you know, men like to hear this a soft like men love to hear that shit. You want, like, for real. That's how I know my dick good. I know my dick good. Women be trying not to say nothing, and they, oh yeah, I know I hit the bottom then. I know I hit the bottom. Tear that shit up. You act like you can't take it. Okay. You act like I ain't got no dick. Okay. Ooh. Don't act like it ain't in you. That's what you know. Men and women are the same. We only remember the feeling during sex. 5 minutes after, fuck you too. You ain't shit. Like, am I the only one? Y'all don't understand. Okay, I be trying to keep an audience, but I can't build an audience to save my life. Shit. Say the shit you be talking about, Snag. It be too, like, you know, a lot of people's ears be too sensitive to listen to that type of shit. Like, you gotta soften up your content. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean, nigga? I always ask that question because I don't know what soften up content mean. I be trying my hardest to be soft as fuck. But that's the problem, Snag. You too hard. What do you think? If a woman waxing her pussy, somebody getting that motherfucker, huh? Yeah. Damn. Damn. I could just, that's what I want right now. I just want a pretty, waxed, shaved hair, no, just nothing but soft skin, pussy. Boy, damn. Reality kick in, you ain't got nobody, you just, damn. My mouth is starting to get wet and shit, watery and shit, just thinking about it. Damn. Boy, I feel like licking some bone marrow out of some pussy right now. Like, just lick the bone marrow out. When you lick it so hard, you hit that bone and make that motherfucker shrivel like, you know, y'all don't know about that type of shit. I'm quit that shit. I gotta stop thinking like that. Boy, I need to take a nap. I just gotta take a nap. That's all. I just gotta reset my thoughts. Put my mind in the wrong places right now. Now I'm thinking about Pornhub. Shit. No. I gotta fight the resistance. No. Go to my OnlyFans page. No, I ain't going to OnlyFans. No. Stop. Stop. I need a haircut right now. That's all I need. I'll be all right. Take my mind completely back on track to where I need it to be. When I start thinking about pussy, boy, I get throwed the fuck off, man. I start flopping in the middle of the street like a goddamn fish. I ain't had no pussy since pussy had me. Shit. And I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's 2025, and 9 days done went by, and I done resisted my New Year resolutions not to buy no pussy in 2025. If it ain't given to me on a golden platter, here, eat this pussy. If it ain't given to me and put in my face, I ain't fucking with it. Like, I ain't paying for it. I spent a lot of money last year buying coochie. And I spent the extra money, giving them extra money to tell me they love me in the process. Nigga talking about you can't buy love. Damn lie, nigga. Damn lie, nigga. Shit. I give a bitch extra $20 just to say she love me. I love you, Sting. I love you, Sting. Oh, yeah, you earned that 20. Here you go, baby. All right. How you doing? My uncle say, boy, all I got is $40. And if you nasty, I give you an extra 20. That $60 go a long way in society, boy. That was the blessing that crack cocaine epidemic did to the black generation. That was the blessing. Cocaine did have a good side and a bad side to it. When crack was on the streets, the good side to crack cocaine, it drove the price of pussy down. You can get some pussy for $5 with some crack. Like, oh, you need some crack, huh? I got $5. For real? Give me that $5. Come on over here, get this dick. Like, well, when I discovered crack cocaine can buy pussy, boy, I ain't make no money for a long time. I fucked all them crackheads. You damn right. I caught them when they was when they fresh got on crack. I think I was the first nigga they fucked for crack. Well, it was okay. I fucked a lot of crackheads. Whew. I was skipping school, getting pussy left and right. See, when a young man discover a way to get pussy for a little bit of nothing, shit. I stayed out there getting pussy, boy. That pussy, boy, pussy. Am I the only one? You ain't never bought no pussy with crack cocaine before? Like, oh my God. Them crackheads used to suck dick so good, boy. I'm talking about never fail. Got this 20 for you. Got this 20 for you. Girl, keep going. Like, the boy, as long as you show that 20 to them, they gonna keep going. I got that 20. Boy, that was the days there, boy. Well, nigga, get their dick sucked 3-4 times a day. Like, come here, girl. I got $5. Got this 20 right here. Whew. Boy, I missed the crack cocaine. I missed them days. America was great when they had crack cocaine running the streets. I swear they did. How you doing? Somebody said, ask Black America. When was America ever great? When we had crack, nigga. When we was out here selling crack and we had crackheads and the movement was real. Crack was everywhere. Everybody was buying crack. Doctors, lawyers, tenants, doctors, the teachers. Well, I had all kind of crackheads, clients, customers, like, shit. Politicians, the lawyers, everybody was buying crack. I don't know nobody sell crack no more. All the people that I knew that sold crack is dead and gone. They dead and gone. Dead and gone. They died with the stories. They dead and gone. How you doing? Push that like button. They up in the upper room. They went to the upper room. To the upper room. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to engage with nobody on this video. I think I did raise my audience level to up to 5 people. So that was a great accomplishment for the moment. Like, it didn't last long, but hey, I had 5 people in my feed at one time. And that was good. That was good. That was great. God was good. Yeah, God did that. And I got 6 likes. So I had more than 5 people come in. So, you know, I think I did pretty good this time. Do you? Well, if you think I did bad, push the bad button. If you think I did good, push the like button. If you think I ought to come back and do it again, say yeah, come on back. Damn, Big Slim. You ran out of attention, huh? You ain't had that much attention to watch me that long, huh? All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. God bless y'all.